All right. Starting to stream now.
We did it. Welcome everybody to the very first City Council meeting of the year, January 11th, 2021. I will go through and roll call by name, starting with Shelley Clark.
Present.
Alonzo Castilla.
Councilor Castilla, present.
And then once you're done, could you mute your mic? I don't know whose mic is going whistling. Misty Inman.
Councilor Inman here.
Joe Medina.
Councilor Medina here.
Kevin Prachu.
Councilor Prachu, present.
And Jerry Hutchinson.
Councilor Hutchinson, present.
And Mayor Knutsen's here. All right. Next, we will move on to the oath of office. And if no one has met Judge Palmer, new counselors, this is our municipal judge, and he administers the oath of office to us. And take it away.
Very good. Welcome to the mayor-elect, and welcome to city councilors, including those of you who are newly elected and those who are old hands and veterans. Welcome citizens of Creswell, welcome friends, family, and well-wishers. Welcome to the press, interested observers, and to those of you who are just discovering you might be in the wrong place. The ceremony that we're about to perform, administering the oath of office, is auspicious. It marks the continuation of the city as a political institution through its duly elected and appointed officials. It marks the beginning of service for some of the city's citizens and civil servants. It marks the renewal of such service by others. It marks the farewell of some who are retiring. It's both a time of beginning and renewal. We've had quite a year in 2020. We're in the middle of a pandemic that has taken too many lives. The events of January 6th have been called a day that will live in infamy. We're being tested whether a government of the people, by the people, and for the people will long endure. In preparing my remarks for today's festivities, I kept coming back to the opening paragraph of Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities and his description of the time of the French Revolution. Quote, "It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going directly to heaven. We were all going directly the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of the noisiest authorities insisted on it being received for good or for evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. Does that sound familiar as a description of our terms? I happen to use the same quotation 4 years ago. We've changed quite a bit since then, and in some respects we haven't. We're still facing challenges. Well, in contrast to what we're experiencing at the federal level and at the state level, I think that we are blessed here in the city of Creswell with what I think are truly the best of times. Energy and optimism here at the local level permeates our public business and temperament, thanks to all the folks who serve the city and its citizens. So let us renew today our appreciation, our reverence, and our thirst for the most basic principles that are the foundation of our body politic: freedom, justice, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Through our elected and appointed officials, let us carry on and accomplish the necessary and important business of the city of Creswell. Now down to business. Please hold your applause until the end when I give you the high sign. First, I ask Amy Knutson to raise her right hand and to repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Amy Knutson,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will perform the duties of mayor of the city of Cresswell
that I will perform the duties of mayor of the city of Cresswell
according to the law
according to the law
and the best of my abilities.
and the best of my abilities.
I promise
I promise
that I will perform my duties in good faith,
that I will perform my duties in good faith,
openly,
openly,
honestly,
honestly,
and civilly.
and civilly.
I promise that to the best of my ability I promise that to the best of my ability
I promise that to the best of my ability
that I will always seek to do
that I will always seek to do
what is in the best interest of the community,
what is in the best interest of the community,
and not just that
and not just that,
which will benefit me personally.
which will benefit me personally.
I also promise
I also promise
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Home Rule Charter of the City of Cresswell.
and the Home Rule Charter of the City of Cresswell.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I now ask councilors-elect Shelley Clark, Jerry Hutchinson, and Joe Medina to please raise your right hands and repeat after me in the same fashion as Mayor Knudsen. Everybody ready? I state your name.
I, Shelley
I,
Clark,
Joe Medina,
Promise
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 that I will perform my duties
that I will
that I will
perform
perform my duties
perform
in good faith,
in full faith,
in full faith,
openly,
openly,
honestly,
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 and civilly.
and civilly.
and
I promise that to the best of my ability,
I
I
promise
promise to the best of my ability
that I will always seek to do
that
that
I
I will
will
always seek to do
what is in the best interest of the community,
what is in the best interest of the community,
and not just that
and not
and
just
not
that,
just that
which will benefit me personally.
which would benefit me personally.
I also promise
I also promise
that I will support and defend
that
I will support and defend
support
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Home Rule Charter of the City of Cresswell.
and the Home Rule Charter of the City of Cresswell.
So help me God.
So help
So
me God.
help me God.
Congratulations to Mayor Amy Knudsen and City Councilors Shelley Clark, Jerry Hutchinson, and Joe Medina. Now, since this may be the last time, even though the audience is small, that they may hear this, please join me in giving them a rousing round of applause. With this, my task is complete, and I turn the meeting back over to Mayor Knudsen. Thank you again for letting me do this. I've been doing this for probably 25 years, and it's one of the highlights of my term as your municipal judge. Good luck to all of you, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Judge Palmer. All right. Well, y'all are in now, so let's get going. First order of business is we have to elect a council president. So the council president serves in my absence, and if I were to resign, could possibly take over as mayor, depending on council decisions. So we need to elect somebody to do that role. And if somebody wants to volunteer or if somebody has an idea, looks like Councilor Castilla has his hand up. You got to unmute first.
Sorry. Yes, Mayor, I'd like to nominate Kevin Prachu.
Okay. And I think, Misty, did you have your hand up?
I did, but I thought that Counselor Medina had his hand up first. Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I
Thank-
misunderstood.
Oh, got to unmute first.
Hitting too many buttons.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you cut out, Misty.
I was gonna say I'll be next.
Oh, okay. Counselor Medina, did you have a comment or a question?
No, I just got all that fixed.
Oh, okay. All right. So Counselor Inman.
Yes, thank you. So I also agree and would nominate Counselor Prochu.
All right. So there's 2 for Prochu.
Oh, nominate the
Kevin,
same.
Kevin, do you accept this nomination?
I do. I humbly accept this nomination.
Okay. So is that a second, Misty, for the nomination? Because I believe we need a nomination and a second.
Yes, I will second.
Right, Roberta? Roberta's jumping in.
I think we need a motion.
We need a
What we
motion.
to do
Oh,
is
okay.
nominate people, and then we need a motion.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So does somebody want to make, Castilla, do you want to make your motion?
Yes, I would make a motion. I would like to make a motion that we elect Kevin Prachu as Vice President.
As, okay. Council President?
Sorry, Council President.
VP. Council President. All right. Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
second it.
I think Medina got that second in. All right, so we will proceed to vote. Councillor Clark,
Counselor Clark votes yes.
Councillor Castilla,
Councilor Castillo votes yes.
Councillor Hutchinson,
Counselor Hutchinson votes yes.
Councillor Inman,
Counselor Inman votes yes.
Councillor Prochu,
Councilor Percy votes yes.
Councillor Medina,
Counselor Medina votes yes.
and Mayor Knudsen votes yes. Thank you guys very much. And Kevin, thank you for
Everybody.
volunteering your service to become council president. Next is a public forum. Do we have anybody in the audience or public comments that wish to be read at this time?
We do not.
All right. Next is the mayor's report, and this is to recognize counselors that are leaving office, and I see that we have Martha McReynolds Jr. here. She is one of the counselors that left office last year, and she received an award along with Councillor Drago and Mayor Zetterval. Did you have, oh yes, we want to see that. Oh, we can't see the writing on it.
It's beautiful. I'm so touched, you guys. It says, "Making a Difference," presented to Martha McReynolds Jr. And I want to thank Roberta for bringing it by. It was really nice to see her. In appreciation of your years of outstanding service and dedication, thank you for truly making a difference. City of Cresswell, City Councilor, 2017 to 2020. And
Very nice.
I'm so appreciative, and it was such an honor to serve on council, and it'll be such a good memory. And I only have 1 or 2 of these plaques for service from my lifetime, and I'm usually kind of cold and untouched about it, but I was very moved by this. It's very meaningful to me. My time that I've spent with City Hall on a variety of teams has been hugely meaningful, and I'm so appreciative to be here to wish you all well and just tell you how much I respect you, and the work you're doing is honorable and good. And I'm so proud of all of you. And I'll be lurking nearby. I'll chime out now so I don't
All right.
gobble up out of time, but thank you.
Thank you so much, Counselor McReynolds. We really do appreciate your service.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Knudsen.
Counselor Drago just said thank you. And then I have something here from Mayor Zetterball that he would like me to read. Mayor Knudsen, Manager Amberg, City Councilors, and Creswell citizens, thank you very much for the beautiful Leadership and Service Award. It was my honor to serve as City Councilor, City Council President, and as the Mayor of Creswell for almost 5 years. I feel a wonderful sense of accomplishment for working on completing and planning on many master plans and other work for future of Creswell. 3 things that I feel particularly great sense of accomplishment are getting streetlights installed along Niblock Lane, chairing Creswell's first ever emergency preparedness fair, and being able to be part of getting more Lane County Sheriff's Office deputies on duty for better coverage for our city. Thank you to the citizens of Creswell for your confidence and support in me. My service to Creswell is something that I will forever hold dear in my heart. I look forward to watching the good work that Mayor Knudsen, our city manager and staff, and the City Council will accomplish in the coming years. Stay safe and healthy. Ciao, Richard Zetterball. So thank you to Judy and Zetterball, if you're watching, for your years of service on City Council and the countless hours that you served with us in getting all this work done. So moving on is our appointments to council committees and committee charges. You should all have received an updated one because there were some things that were left out, some dates that were wrong. But the council ones stayed the same. So I'll just go through and read who's going to be on what. So Administration and Finance Committee will be chaired by Councilor Castilla, and then Councilor Shelley Clark and Misty Inman will be on there. Public Safety will be Chair Councilor Inman, and then Councilors Prochu and Medina will be assisting as well. Transportation and Public Works and the Water Rate Advisory Committee. Chair is Councilor Prochu, Council President Prochu, and Councilor Bendita and Councilor Hutchinson. The Airport Commission will be Councilor Castilla, and the Parks and Tree Advisory Board will be Councilor Hutchinson as the City Council representative. And the Water Rate Advisory Committee is the same as the Transportation and Public Works Committee. For Lane Act, that will be Councilor Shelley Clark. And then for the LCOG, I will be the primary for that committee. All the charges are listed there. Roberta, do I need to read all the charges as well?
If you choose to do so.
I think everybody can read. If you have questions, you can always ask. But Councilor Castillo, did you have a question? Sorry, I just saw your hand up.
No, you should not have seen my hand up.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I see that I've received the honor of being the chair.
Yes, I relinquish my chair position to you to take over the finance and administration. I think you'll do a good job. And then, of course, all councilors also serve on the budget committee with the appointed members. Councilor Clark? Oh, you got to unmute.
That would be helpful. I just had a quick question about the budget committee term expiration. I noticed that my term, it was noted as expiring in 2022, which is fine if that's what's happening.
Oh,
Great. Okay.
no, that should be 2024.
Great.
Yeah, you serve as long as you're a counselor. You'll serve until the end of your term. So
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm guessing mine should also be the same. All right, we'll make those changes and get that updated. Thank you for catching that. Did anybody else have any questions? All right, so it'll be up to the chair to follow up with setting meetings and making sure the charges get done and bringing the reports to our work sessions. That is all. I would just like to continue the mayor's report with this is different maybe for some of you to have these virtual meetings. So I just kind of wanted to get some helpful tips for me in running these meetings to make this go as smoothly as possible. I really hope soon we will all be meeting in chambers, and it makes it a lot easier when we're all be able to see each other and raise our hands and talk. But right now, having to juggle all of us on screen, just some tips that would help me out a lot. And so counselors, just please treat these virtual meetings like you are in council chambers. Turn off your cell phones, try to get to an area with little or no background noise so we can eliminate some of that distraction for people. If you're not speaking, please mute your microphone. If you'd like to speak, raise your virtual hand. And then also please remember to lower your virtual hand so I don't think it's still up. Or you can just raise your hand and I'll try to call on you. But if I'm looking down, I can't always catch it. So just, you got to be big and loud if you want me to catch you. Staff, unless you're making a report or answering a question, please turn your video off so I can see all the counselors on camera. When making a comment or report, please turn your video back on. And then counselors, please always have your video on. I need to see everyone and I need to be able to call on you if you have a question or a comment. So that's all, just some little tips to help our meetings go a little bit smoother. But so far, I think they've been going really well. So, all right, that's all I have for the mayor's report. So we can move on to correspondence. And Manager Amberg, did you want to take that over? If anybody has any questions regarding any correspondence we received in our packet. If not, we will move on to the consent calendar.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item on the consent calendar is the December bills, and I would be happy to try and answer any questions you might have about those if you have any.
Oh, wait, we're going on consent calendar, so we have to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The minutes from the last meeting, and then we'll get to the.
I jumped. I'll be on.
Councilor Proccio.
I just had a very slight change to the minutes that I noticed, and it was in the packet, in the PDF, it's page 12, but it's page 3 of 4 of the minutes, and it's down at the bottom, when we were talking about downtown plan. And as it's written in here, it says the last policy was written in 2021, and I think that meant to say 2020. So that's the only thing.
All right. Councilor Castilla, did you have a question or a comment?
No, Mayor. Do you keep seeing my hand go up? Or?
I do.
No,
I don't think it went away.
It's
Here.
not. It should not be.
I lowered it for you. So we're good. All right. If there's no other questions or comments, then I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent calendar as amended. Councilor Proccio.
That motion. I move to approve the minutes as presented, or as amended, I'm sorry.
All right, there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Councilor Inman will second.
All right, thank you. And now we'll proceed to vote. Councilor Clark.
Councilor Clark votes yes.
Councilor Castilla.
Councilor Castilla votes yes.
Councilor Hutchinson.
Councilor Hutchinson votes yes.
Councilor Inman.
Councilor Inman votes yes.
Councilor Medina.
Councilor Medina votes yes.
Councilor Proccio.
Councilor Proccio votes yes.
And Mayor Knudsen votes yes. All right, now we can move on to the administrative report, and that is our city manager, Amberg.
Thank you, Mayor. And congratulations to our new city council. It's a wonderful way to start a new year with seeing all your wonderful faces. So welcome, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. So the first item is the December bills for 2020. Again, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. If not, We can move on to the Lane County Sheriff's calls for service reports, and I believe that Sergeant Denham is here to answer any questions you may have for him on the report.
I am here.
All right, Counselor Procio.
I feel like I'm doing all the talking tonight, but I will ask my customary question as I always do. How are you doing, Sergeant?
Good.
Are there any notable changes or things that we might want to be looking at as far as our homeless or transient population?
No, nothing new in our world, except for I'm sure you've either seen or heard about orange tents popping up over on the field there behind Dairy Queen, between there and Weimart. Those are not lived in. One of our local transients who has been wandering around of late, who actually has a place to go stay and live, got an epiphany from a higher power that he needed to erect those tents for some reason. And so he went to Weimart and bought some tents and strategically put them up on the field. So there is no one living in the tents, but the property owners have been advised. We told him to go take them down and get rid of them, but how far that goes with him, as far as mentally being able to handle thinking about that, I don't know. So the property owners were all told that they're at their leisure, they can remove those tents and dispose of them, or donate them somewhere since they're all brand new. But that's kind of where that lands. I tried to portray that on that Facebook post that was going wild on there, but I don't know how much that did for that particular group. So other than that, there's no change whatsoever. Same people, same situations, all seem to be at least staying warm and dry, working with each other.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions or comments for our sergeant? I have one. So usually you guys offer ride-alongs for new counselors, and I know that's kind of changed because of COVID, but do you have an idea of when new counselors or any counselor that may want to do another ride-along with a deputy or yourself could sign up for that?
I would guess it'll probably be as soon as OSHA relinquishes distance protocols. It's totally up to the sheriff as far as when he decides it's safe to lift that, but a lot of it's going to be dictated by what OSHA is telling us as far as law enforcement. And
You could always just stick us in the back. I'm pretty sure that's 6 feet away.
yeah. Our new protocols is that if we have somebody in the back, they have to have a mask on. We have to have a mask and a face shield on per OSHA. So,
Okay.
of course, that is problematic because those face shields tend to fog up when you have a mask on, and you can't drive. So, but OSHA inspectors aren't riding in cars with people in the back.
Right. All right. Well, whenever that.
Everyone know as soon as those are lifted and we can get back to providing ride-along for people, we'll make sure that we get them in. The same that I know that Manager Amberg has a plan that as soon as we can gather together that we can take you through some active threat training.
All right. Sounds good. All right. If there's nothing else, Prochu, do you have your hand up again or? Okay. Manager Amberg.
Thank you. The next item is the city attorney's report. It's pretty short, as you can see, and would be happy to answer any questions you might have. There being no questions on that, the next report is our monthly code enforcement report. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer some of those. Jerry did a pretty good job of showing you what the top code enforcement issues in our city are.
So I had a question about code enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of trailers and boats and RVs parked on streets
Mm-hmm.
for long periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
So is this part of that text my gov? Could we text
Yes.
code things?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, you
All
can.
right. So if you see any sort of violation, can I just take a picture and give them the address and be on my way?
Yes, that was
Okay.
why we instituted Text by Gov, and it looks like Sergeant Denham has something he'd like to add.
Okay.
Something to remember on those is that utility type trailers and boats are subject to the 30-day storage ordinance, and
Oh yeah, it's way past 30 days.
and are the 72 hours. So,
Right. But okay, so the 30 days also, so it applies to 30 days, but then they can't just move it like a block or
Correct.
like 10 feet in front. They have to completely,
I think the wording is that they have to leave the street.
right.
in the
Okay.
ordinance. We specifically made it that way so that people couldn't move it 6 inches and call it good.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, then the last report is our permit report. And as you can see, we had a very busy month with permits. However, this month is not shaping up to be quite as busy. I think everyone pulled their permits and got to work. So we'll see how that shapes, that rounds out. And that's the end of the administrative reports for this city council meeting.
All right. And we do not have any council action items. So upcoming meetings. So January 18th is Martin Luther King Day and city offices will be closed. January 20th is the Airport Commission meeting at 5:30. January 21st is the Planning Commission meeting, which will be virtual. And January 25th will be our very first work session of the year, which is a virtual meeting. And it will also be at 6 p.m. And that is it. And I forgot, I got a new gavel and I forgot to use it when I opened, so I'll use it to close. So we're adjourned. Thank you guys. Short and sweet. We'll see you.